Welcome, one and all, to another episode of The Angry Barista, the angriest barista, not only in this galaxy, but probably in this bubble universe. Welcome with me today. I have Pan Arcadia, one of my new favorite bands from this New York City multiverse continuum that we're living in right now, this type of reality we're in. Guys, welcome, one and all. I'm still learning your names, so I'm going to learn it live on the podcast. Let's see if I can do it. Let's run through them again.
What's up? Thanks for having us. I'm Henry.
Of course, Henry. Nice to meet you.
I'm Dylan.
Dylan, pleasure.
Brian.
Brian.
Eamon. EA. And Gabriel.
Yo, welcome, guys. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate Alec for reaching out to me and getting you guys on. I'm actually personally a fan of your music. I like it a lot. I wanted to start this podcast with asking you guys how you started. Like what the origin story is, like what your superhero origin story is. Is it similar to my band? Because we all reached for the same blunt at the same time and our hands touched. And it's like that. It was just, we looked up and we're like, we know this is happening. Yeah. So how did you guys get started?
If only it was that easy. Yeah, this is Dylan and I. Yeah. We met in middle school. We're all from the city. Brian's from Ridgefield, and Gabe's technically from Venezuela, but he grew up in the city.
Nice.
And so we went to middle school together, and they had this thing called Saturday detention, and silent lunch. So basically, silent lunch, it's like no matter what you do, like if you don't do a homework or if you're like 2 minutes late to class, they'll be like, oh, you can't eat lunch, you have to like sit in a silent study hall.
That's whack.
And then you would have to like use there's a Domino's like a block away. So in the interim, like 10 minutes between lunch and class, you could go and like order a Domino's pizza and run and get it and then like run back like while you're mucking the pizza, and then usually you'd be late to the class and then you'd get another silent lunch. So it ended up being this massive cycle where like the whole school was in silent lunch and they had to like use just like the lunch became silent. It just nobody.
I think I set the personal record for like most of those in whole middle school. But yeah, essentially like we met kind of just like in those detentions, and like we were the only two kids that lived downtown.
Well, there's a little more of a story.
Yeah, there's a story, but we also like we talked on the train because we were the only two downtown kids. Like this is an uptown school, and we just like bonded over like the music and stuff. And I remember the first time like I played guitar in front of him. I wasn't very good, and he picked it up. He's like, "Here, let me take that." And he played "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and I was like, "Yo, that's sick." And at that point, I was a bass player, and I was like, "You ever need a bassist?" But it has grown into something quite beautiful, as you all can see.
Damn, music came out of the silent lunch. Let's just think about that for a second. That's crazy.
Saturday, because then we got like Saturday. If you have too many silent lunches, you have to come on Saturdays. They actually abolished it like the year we left. And then I met Henry in high school. We like basketball.
Playing ball.
Yeah, on the ball court.
Oh, shit.
And then I just tell him about what you listen to.
I mean, I was like, back in high school, I was listening to like Eminem and only rap, and I was kind of just like sheltered. I hadn't gone like downtown.
Oh, so you have bars is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I do have bars.
I
spent another time though. I'm not
Let's go!
But no, yeah, like literally, like my parents just like they're very strict. They wouldn't want me to go downtown so much. And then one day, Eamon was just like, "Just come to my house." It was after a basketball game.
Yeah.
And then like we smoked weed or whatever, and that was just kind of it. We showed me his tunes. Yeah. I remember it was like this old song. We haven't like made it officially, but we just put the headphones on. So.
Damn. What do you play in the band again?
I play the bass.
You play the bass. So. Yeah. Run me through what everybody plays. You play bass. You started playing bass, but you play guitar.
That's like ancient history of this.
Drums.
Singing. Another guitar.
Dude, I mean, I love bands with 2 minimum guitarists. Like, that's like...
Sometimes I play guitar, so then it's like 3.
Even better. That's some Linkin Park shit. Yeah, some songs, they had like 3 fucking distorted guitars going at the same time for the breakdown. But that's really awesome. That's really special. So how did everybody else come into the picture? You guys met playing ball.
Well, so I came in kind of by chance. I went to school with Alec, our manager. Wanna show your face, Alec, to the world? Come show the face, Alec. Show the face, Alec. You know. This Cairo idea. So we went to Brooklyn Tech together, and went to the our ex-drummer's girlfriend's birthday party, which I didn't want to go, but my friend like basically persuaded me to. And then there was like this little outdoor area, like a huge circle table, and Alec was sitting on the opposite end. I didn't even see him. I just sit down, and then it was like a movie. We both look at each other. We get up. We're like, yo, because it had been years since we last saw each other. And yeah, and then a long time. Then I played like a show or two with another artist that he manages, and then and then things weren't working out with a previous member, and then long story short, I'm here. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And also, you were about.
Oh yeah, no, that's a big thing. I was on my way to like quitting music because like I had always wanted to do it with like a band of people that I actually like, not just musically but as people, and then I met these guys and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, but I was dreaming about it all along. So yeah, so it was meant to be.
We hadn't seen each other in like at least 3 years, might have been longer
maybe
than that.
more, yeah.
And it was right at a time where these guys were transitioning. They had lost a guitarist basically and they were looking for a new one, and just a random party where she gave for the first time in forever.
Amen.
And Brian I met in kindergarten, and yes.
Oh, so these roots run deep.
No. He's joking. No, these guys hit me up on one of these like kind of gig, like freelance finder apps. I can't remember what it was.
Gig Salad.
Gig Salad.
I've never even heard of Gig Salad.
Get on Gig Salad.
Oh,
Find
shit.
some boys on Gig Salad.
Yeah,
I have to.
Find some epic drummers.
Yeah.
Probably not as epic as this one, though.
Yo, I feel like there's a direct relationship between length of hair and skill of drumming. There has to be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe. I like.
Hurt.
Yo,
Yeah, it helps. It's like you kind of.
Taylor Hawkins.
It's like a blinder situation. You can't really get distracted.
Brian on his Gig Salad thing is just like you can't see his face. It's like, and then just from that we were like, okay, this guy.
Yo, I mean, that's the reason I'm growing my hair out on top is so I can get nice at the drums. I used to be okay. I mean, I had the emo cut. It's all good. I used to be in a metalcore band. I used to get behind the set whenever the drummer went to the bathroom. You know what's up, like. But damn, that's awesome. So let me switch gears a little bit to something more like on the societal surface or whatever. How many of y'all got vaccinated? Oh, smoking weed. I like to smoke weed.
Halfway.
So you got explain.
I'm
You
fully vaxxed.
Yeah, I'm double vaxxed.
double vax.
All good.
I got that Janssen and Janssen.
Oh
Yeah.
you
got the Janssen and Janssen.
That's the stuff.
I got the Action Bronson and Bronson, bro. Like, we out here.
How does that? Did you have like a shitty day or what?
I was fine the day I got it. I was perfectly healthy the second day. I woke up the third day feeling like Mike Tyson hit me in the face and bit both of my ears off.
Yeah.
At least it's
crazy.
a
I
one
had it
and
the day
done.
after. I had Pfizer, but like I felt fine the day of my second vax, and then like the day after, it just kicked.
God damn.
So I'm not speaking.
No, I was about to say something and I'm like, yeah.
It's just like no sound kid.
No, wait, so like the day after your Pfizer, you felt like shit?
Yeah, the day after my Pfizer, I felt like miserable. It was actually like we had a practice that day, and I had to just like give up and go take a nap, which I like never really fucking did.
He's a strong man. He was like cold sweating, like Pfizer don't play.
Like he was like, you saw the sweat on his face just streaming down.
It was brutal. It was terrible.
Did anybody else have reactions?
Yeah. I got Moderna, and it hit me pretty hard. Yeah, it was like getting hit in the arm with a baseball bat.
God damn.
And
I
then,
only got the soreness. I didn't get sick.
well, 8 days later, I was feeling fine, and I woke up, and like my arm is totally swollen. And I looked it up, and it's called COVID arm.
What?
Yeah. It's a thing. Yeah. Wow. So I got COVID arm.
Graphic.
It was like bullshit, and then it was 3 days of like my arm being again super swollen.
But it went down?
It did eventually, but it was huge. It was like totally blown up for 3 days.
That's nuts.
You gotta get on both arms. And
I know.
Yeah.
Look, Jack.
Skip
Yeah,
shoulder
so
this time.
they said it's like it's rare, but it's also like not uncommon. It is uncommon, but it's not uncommon.
Yeah, like they've seen it in enough people for you to not be worried because
like
none of those people died.
Yeah, there's an article on Yale's website about it, and the CDC said something about it. So it's like that level, but also not like freak out level.
Damn, like I'm like a little scared that I got the Johnson & Johnson, but I'm already like at the length of time after the vaccine where like it's supposed to be at its full effectivity and shit. I'm just like sussed out that like the thing that had to happen to all the people who got sick from it is blood clots. I'm like, is something gonna happen?
Wasn't that only like six people? They were women.
Yeah,
birth control.
and it was out of how many? Like 6 million people who got the.
Probably fine.
Was this just Janssen & Janssen, or this was like like all of them?
AstraZeneca.
So AstraZeneca, yeah. But AstraZeneca had like 500 people with blood
It
clots or
was out of
something.
like 24 million, I think, because Europe used that a lot. So the sample
I think they're
size
still
was
using that.
They are.
Out there. Yeah, it's
Some
wild.
countries they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. So, I mean, has anybody before you guys got vaxxed or started getting vaxxed, did anybody get COVID?
My dad did, not me.
How did he fare with it?
He did pretty well, thankfully.
Okay, good. Damn, no, I mean, you know anybody?
I was about to hand him the
Yeah.
mic. I wasn't sure whether.
I mean, I think I had it on a tour that I was on in like January.
Oh, do you want to talk into the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like before everyone really knew about it. I remember I was
This was
playing
last year, right?
It was last year, and I was playing with another like a metal band, and we were doing a hockey stadium.
Whoa.
Right, it was crazy, but like it was freezing cold all day, and that was the day when I remember like getting hit by it, and like no one really knew what COVID was at that point.
What month was that?
That was January.
January. Oh yeah, nobody was even looking out for that.
Everybody in the touring circuit, like everyone was getting crazy sick. My brother, him and his band, they all got sick.
Damn.
And, like, yeah. So I think a lot of those people that were like constantly traveling got it super early on and just didn't know.
Right.
I was sick for like a month.
I actually forgot. I actually, in January, I think I did get it. I got the worst flu ever. I was coughing blood.
I remember that.
Hold the fuck up. You can't just casually drop to me that you're coughing blood and not expect me to be like...
It's just coughing.
Just the casual stuff, you know.
Just
some blood this morning.
super casual. Damn, like that would have traumatized the shit out of me,
It
dog.
was like the most sick I've been like in recent memories. Pretty bad.
Yo, and I'm a hypochondriac, so when I get diarrhea, I'm freaking out, bro. Like I'm crying. Like I'm like, why has this gotta happen to me?
How about you? Did you get any like crazy COVID symptoms? Or did you get it at all? Or
I
you good?
don't think so. I mean, like I rarely get any type of sick as it is because I was cursed with like really bad seasonal allergies. Like it's like I might as well have the flu when fucking springtime comes around because I'm just like I wake up like literally eyes crusted shut sometimes. So
It's like me with dust allergies that die.
dude, yeah, but I mean like thankfully nothing. My mom has had it. My mom lives in Florida, and I don't know how the fuck she has gotten it because like her and my stepdad are retired, so they shouldn't be doing nothing that puts them at risk. They should be sitting at home doing fucking bingo or whatever old people do. Fucking
Sex.
I mean, yeah, true. I don't want to think about my mom doing that. God damn.
Hey man, everyone's gotta have fun here and there.
Yo, I mean, yeah, you know.
Old people, that's like they spread the STDs around the nursing homes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Word.
Crazy.
I mean,
the older you
Statistically,
get-
it's
I can't
one of the
wait till I
highest
get
rates
old.
of Spread.
really?
Yeah, inside of nursing homes. Yeah, 'cause
I didn't know
it's
that.
It's like the
Yo,
70s
this,
all over.
yo, this isn't Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna make somebody fact check you. I'll just be like, really? Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, please fact check. I think that's the truth.
That's wild to me. Yo, Zach, you ever heard that?
Yeah.
You heard that?
That was like common knowledge. I heard that shit.
What else do they have to do? You know, they're
Yeah,
not
it's like
working,
bang and
they're
play
not-
bingo.
yeah.
The two Bs.
Bango.
Mildred.
Bingo.
Henry, I can't hang out again. Mildred gave me the clap.
That is probably what it's like.
Oh my fucking god,
Oh, Mildred.
that's literally the first time I've ever heard that fact, and it's probably one of the most impressive facts I've ever heard in my life.
You heard it here first. Heard it here.
You heard
Pan
it.
Arcadia.
Yo, okay, so how many people in this room's instrument that they're playing now was their first instrument? I kind of know the answer to this.
Not me.
Not me.
Whoa! Oh.
Not me.
Technically, I learned guitar first, but I did a switcheroo kind of.
Damn, but like everybody else is like, you guys.
I actually learned the ukulele first. And
Whoa.
then I played the guitar, and then they taught me the bass because some guy dropped out.
We taught you guitar.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, they also taught me the guitar before that.
Damn.
But then like we had already kind of gone over this, but like they needed a bassist or whatever, and I just kind of been hanging around, so they taught me, and that's how it was.
Damn, does anybody have former band stories? Do you have any former band stories?
No, it's my first band.
This is your first
And
band?
only, yeah.
Oh!
Dylan and I have been like kind of doing this, different. We started off with Pan Arcadia, and then we changed it to we changed it Collective and Reptilian Elite, and then we just went back to Pan Arcadia eventually. But
It was meant to be.
that was back. That was like freshman year of high school. We started that. So since up until now, it's like 8 years ago. It's had like just so many different people, varying.
A lot of different manifestations.
Shit. Is there any, I mean, like, I hate dwelling on negative stuff, but I love stories of shitty things that have happened that, like, you have enough distance from to talk about. Are there any former member stories or, like, you gotta give me something to work with here a little bit, like, you know, I mean, we don't have to talk about that, but if you guys have, like, another band that you've been in.
The way it goes in
former members.
the way it goes in bands is, there's like you're all like best of friends, but there's always going to be tensions, and because of how close you are, like people can unleash on each other, and like people can be disrespectful without meaning to, but it happens, and it's all natural,
It's like a long-term marriage.
Yeah, it's just like the ebb and flow, and
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does.
Yeah. That's spoken like a true person who's been able to maintain the relationship for a while, because, like, you guys are like you've been, so,
Yeah, no.
But I mean, like,
combo is
Fighting is
definitely
just the way
working.
we talk. So
Yeah.
It's a new language.
yo, but I mean, like, have you, because I could definitely, like, I'll trade you guys any stories, but, like, I could tell you about, like, members that I've had in my old bands that I'm just not good with anymore, that I've had, like, falling outs with, and, like,
Well, I'll say a funny one. Like,
gimme.
Well, the guy that. Well, the reason why I'm in the band is because there was a previous guitar player, and he didn't want to tour. Like, he played really well. He made some great songs, but he wasn't really committed time-wise. And, when you're in a band and you try to, make something from nothing,
Yep.
you gotta. It's like a job. You gotta dedicate as much as you can to it.
Yep.
So that's pretty much why I'm here. Well, one of the reasons, at least. And I had never met him until one day we were practicing at our old drummer's house, and and I think he went to like jam with him, like after a practice.
Had a show with.
Yeah, he had a show with
Our old
guy
neighbor.
who
With
this guy who
our old house.
robbed us.
Yeah.
This guy who these two generously.
If you ever Emmanuel Casablanca.
Straight up, this guy sucks.
Is this
This guy
explicit?
is not fucked. He sucks.
Drop names.
Emmanuel Casablanca.
Fuck that. Drop
His name is Emmanuel
For 2 months,
Casablancas,
he
and
stole
he's
a
straight
bunch
up
of
a
shit
gangster.
from us.
And
I
not
mean,
that
but
great of a musician.
If
I
he
said
stole
it.
if he stole shit from you guys, then yeah, fuck this dude. I'm Team Pan Arcadia.
no,
Fuck that.
what happened
bro.
was he was out of a job, and these two literally let him crash on their couch.
like
Stayed there for
months.
like a month. Yeah, I thought it was just a
It
month.
was like 2
Dude, they
months.
literally like out of the kindness of their heart let this guy sleep in their house, and then he just robbed him.
He stole my guitar.
Yeah.
Stole his guitar and his pedal board with a bunch of
Yeah.
nice pedals.
This is like my
Keep an eye
first.
out.
It's like my first guitar, dude. Like,
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
god.
Isn't that actually fucking like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
I'm angry.
And then he just pulls up to the, like when he came to this practice.
Oh yeah, that's how.
That's when we fucking caught him.
Because then, like, I looked and I was like, "Oh, like when did you get this pedal board?" I think he had sold the individual pedals, but it was the same.
oh, he kept
noticed-
the same fucking pedal board?
He noticed
He
because of
sold
the pedals
Spain.
on it. He took a lot of
no,
pedals.
it was a piece of Velcro that Eamon had attached to like wire
Yeah,
keys.
Eamon sniped it, honestly.
I
He was like,
sniped
where'd you get this?
I think this guy's like also it's kind of he's like a massive
He's like
guy,
6'3",
like
like,
super rich.
Dude, if all of us versus him, he'd be
Yeah,
fucking done.
next time we see him, just watch yourself, Emmanuel. If you're watching
Yeah,
this,
just fucking watch
sleep
it.
with
Yeah.
one eye open.
Jesus
Sleep with both
Christ.
eyes. Never sleep again. I'm
I,
coming for you.
I support the members of Pan Arcadia wholeheartedly, but I have to say that we do not condone violence on this show. Cough, 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 cough. But anyways, allegedly. I'm just gonna throw 3 allegedlys in there just for, you know. Bro, god damn, yo. Like, I thought that was going like, oh yeah, you know, he was flirting with my girlfriend or something, but nah, that went 100.
Oh no. And the funny thing is that we actually saw him like a month or two after in front of our house. Yeah. And as soon as he saw us, he like walked to the corner and got an Uber as quick as he could. Like he knew he was in the wrong.
And it was all of you guys?
It was just Henry and I.
No, us three. Aiden was there.
Oh, you were there? Yeah, word. I forget.
Eamon's pretty forgettable.
Yo, honestly, it's like I can tell you guys are not as mad about it as you should be.
I mean, like,
we should have the show
over a year.
Personally, I'm like,
he lost his guitar.
I don't even know how. Like, it's just emotions that like it's no use dwelling on these emotions. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm like, and I hear you, and like that. I feel like that's
upset me. You know.
That's the most adult way to deal with it, is to not fucking like take it there, like, and not to dwell on something like that. Cause like, I mean, like, I try to have pity for people like that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's karma will get him. He knows what he did, and you know. So.
Yeah. Yo, I mean, and look at you guys. You're out here right now, making the rounds, you know, doing your media tour, hitting all the biggest outlets like the Angry Barista.
The best in Queens.
Who's laughing now?
Bro, look.
We're at the top as far as I'm concerned.
So what's the idea behind like live music? Have you guys started trying to figure out what the live game is gonna look like?
Yeah, well, like I personally believe it's gonna be like a renaissance. You know, people have been pent up for so long. It's gonna be like like the roaring 20s, you know,
40s.
40s. No, you know, like they had the flu and World War II right then. Like, you know, basically anything that was fun wasn't going on for years.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the gates were open, the floodgates were open, people just went crazy. And I think we're gonna have like a similar thing now, where you know people have been pent up for more than a year now. They're just dying to go out, see new things, experience new things.
Yeah.
So I think there's gonna be for sure like a renaissance of art in New York and the world.
Yeah. Do you have anything on the radar right now? Like, are you booking gigs? Do you have like a gig that you're trying to...
We're in the process.
Yeah, we have a show, Bowery Electric. It's June 11th. Yeah.
June
11th with a band called Savoya and
Hello, Mary.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully.
What's capacity looking like at that show? Is it reduced?
It's reduced. I think they put some tables.
It's like 100, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
100?
We have to see.
No, I think less.
Maybe less.
Yeah.
Well, you guys should check it out.
We'll see. Hopefully we sell it out.
That'd be
And
cool.
then we have another show at the Dirty Pickle or the in Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, with Ross Owen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're so
all
enjoying it.
We set up this thing.
It's cool.
I don't know. Yeah, we set up this thing called Save the Scene NYC, and it was like a charity event with like 35 bands that
Like
we
a
put
live
together.
stream fundraiser.
We
Oh,
hosted
shit.
it, and yeah, it was for this charity called Sweet Relief, which helps like musicians and venue workers affected by COVID who lost their income.
That's
So
fucking
yeah,
dope.
we raised a little over $2,500, which you know isn't gonna pay for somebody's brain surgery, but you know it's what.
That's
we
a lot
do.
of McChickens, though.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of McChickens.
And on the bright side, we beat our goal. You know, we had to bump it up twice during the event because, like, you know, obviously it was the first time. It's always the hardest, but we beat all the expectations we had set, which is good. And at some point in the future, we'll have a number 2.
Oh shit.
And aside from the charity, also part of like the push behind that was just forming a community of artists, so that once we get back together in the real venues in person, like with Ross Owen, we have a network now that we can play with. So
Damn, bro, I 100% support that. Like, I'm obviously gonna link, like, as soon as I have the video for this, like, I'm gonna link all the stuff that not only where people can find you guys, but like just resources for like. Is there a link for the show on June 11th?
yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And the Save the Scene charity, like people, if they want, can still donate, because Sweet Relief is like a national organization, but they made a fund specifically
Just
for
for
us
Save the
that we
Scene,
helped
yeah.
create.
Wow.
That is only for New York musicians, so all of the proceeds go directly to musicians and venue workers in New York City. So.
That's fucking beautiful, dog.
And all of you venue workers and musicians, go online to Simple Form. And, there's still a lot of it left to be claimed, so you could be the one to get a little financial help.
Damn, yo, I mean, like, I appreciate you guys a lot, because, like, I mean, like everybody else who does music and, like, who's in the creative scene just in New York City, like I've had to rely a lot on government assistance over the past year, you know, be it like through unemployment insurance or through like funds that can help me fucking pay my bills. Cause like it's been a hard year. Like I work in food service typically like as my stable thing to fund the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you work at?
I work at the Odeon in Tribeca.
Oh
I'm a
shit.
busboy.
Oh, I just started working in the fucking like in that area kind of.
Oh, no way.
Sort of like I mean Flatiron's not too close, right? It's a little close.
I don't know.
It's a little,
You should kick it in Manhattan.
why not? I'm on 22nd Street, dog. I'm on 22nd Street.
What do you do?
Barista at this new company. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you do a
I mean, I could do a little something. I could do the tulips, the hearts and shit. Yeah, I can't do
the swan.
He is a good
Oh, can't do the swan.
You tell us a little bit about Joe and the Juice.
I used to work for Joe and the Juice. I was actually the youngest manager in the U.S. when I was 18.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah. Like, it was tough having like new people come that were like 27 or like early 30s because they hated that they had to listen to an 18-year-old telling them what to do.
But I mean, you're very well spoken, so I assume that they're like they have to be like, fuck. I guess I have to listen to this.
Yeah, no. Basically, eventually they would pay attention. It was always like the first day or two. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta listen to this fucking kid.
Yeah. I feel some type of way about that. I've had old, like supervisors that are younger than me. It's just like I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck's going on?
I feel that.
God damn. Yo, but I mean, so what are you guys doing right now as far as for work outside of music? Like you're working food service. Like, do you guys have jobs outside of music too?
I'm in the market. You know, my like career thing. It was all live music. I went to NYU for like music business, and
Word.
all of my stuff was like live music. That was
God
like,
damn.
it's not the best market, but honestly, it's nice. You know, luckily, like I'm grateful enough that you know I have a buffer where I'm still in the market looking for stuff now that things are reopening. But it's been nice to take a year to just focus on the music, do the craft. You know.
That must be amazing. Did you guys have any revelations during COVID that came to you as a sheer like just byproduct of having to be alone the past year? Like especially during the beginning when everything was shutting down. Like, did you guys have any sort of moments of like deep learning, or like even just like a point where you're like, nah, like a turning point, I gotta start doing this shit different?
Yeah, I think we all had a lot of revelations. I don't know if I can remember any specifically. They're kind of passing through the moments, you know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one will come. Maybe someone else.
Yeah, yo, I mean, if anybody wants to start, like, we could popcorn style this shit.
I do agree. There were too many to remember, but the one that sticks out to me that I learned early on in quarantine is, you know, you can have money, it comes and goes, like all these assets come and go, but time is the one thing that will never come back, and you have to make the most of it.
Damn. That shit hit me in my soul so hard it hurt me.
You know, this guy has a lyric, there aren't enough hours in the day, and I think like sometime in the middle of quarantine I messaged him being like, man, that shit is so prescient. Remember that?
Yeah, quarantine, like one of the, like I feel that way all the time, pretty much every day, but you know, quarantine, it felt like at least there were a few more hours. Like there was at the beginning, like when it first started shutting down, and you know, like when we started making this music, like on Spotify, which we just make in our house, kind of, we have a similar little dirtier setup than this, but much dirtier.
Much dirtier.
You gotta check it out one day.
Yo, I'm down.
Yeah, no, we had this like basement that was like a complete like rubble pile, like from the 1920s. It was literally trash, like old like homeless mattresses, like people had been living there. It's just like like you couldn't like stuff from like the 30s.
Yeah, there was like a haunted school desk from the 30s too.
Dirt floor. So we just spent took us like a month like just hauling it out, like putting stuff to cement the dirt floor, and finally now we have like a studio with 8 inputs, kind of like this, and
nice.
And that was like our quarantine project. But I think like in the very beginning, even before, once we're bad influences on each other in some ways. So before we started living, when it was just all of us individually, he went sober for like a month. I like was doing yoga and stuff, and now we're trying to get back on that wave. But.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I feel like if you go around the room right now, even asking the people who aren't in front of the camera. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I ask him something real quick?
Yo.
You said the...
Yes? What's going on? Reset. Okay. Hold on. 2 seconds. We had to... Okay,
All right,
we're good. We're good to go. Had a quick camera lapse. But Brian, you got something to add to the conversation?
I mean, I had a kind of unique experience. It was like the second week of the pandemic when it really like hit home that it was a long-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being super depressed, and then like a day later, I was chatting with one of my buddies who owns a recording studio in Stamford, Connecticut, and the dude was telling me that they had to shut everything down, and he lost like 3 months of sessions or whatever. And so he invited me and my brother to come out to the studio. There's a 4-bedroom apartment upstairs, so we just kind of moved in and set up shop. So. Like I was able to, it was just like such an amazing opportunity. And like I was feeling so guilty at the beginning of it. And then, knowing that I have all these other friends and like colleagues that are trapped in apartments and can't make noise, which is what my situation was at the beginning. And then like now I have this, premier recording studio disposal.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's good. It's easy to feel guilty about that, kind of like being blessed with more than you have.
No, but then it's like, you know what? Like, you take that and you have to like make the most out of that opportunity, because it's like one of these once in a lifetime things. So
shit, you were probably recording every day, son.
Man, I was playing at the beginning. It was probably like 6 to 8 hours a day.
Whoa.
I had this guy, his name is Guy, out with me.
Guy.
Guy Fumarelli, he was out there with me, and we started a project, like a rock duo thing, and we probably wrote like 40 or 50 songs in, a couple months.
What?
And it was literally like the third time we had hung out with each other, was to move in. He was living there for a while, and then he does real estate on the side. So that's cool. He went back.
That's a pretty convenient thing to do on the side as a musician.
Yeah. So he's been like just crazy busy in Brooklyn, like as of late. But I'm still out there at the studio, and I'm like bouncing back and forth. I commute, come in, see my boys.
Brian's also always opping out a lot, I see this guy on his Instagram stories, so he's chopping down a tree or whatnot.
I gotta follow everybody.
You laid down tile the other week, right?
You gotta just say yes, man. Like that's what I've learned about my time in the business is like you just say yes and then like figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah. Did COVID reinforce that philosophy for you?
I think so.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I know.
See? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. It's like you're given opportunities, and then like it's like you can either embrace it or just do nothing with it. And like, sometimes it's not the right thing to do, but like it's better to have opportunities coming at you than not to. So whatever, like doing creates momentum.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's bad to have too much time. Too much idle time is never a good thing.
Yeah. So yoga was one thing that was mentioned as like
Brian actually.
Yoga with Adrian.
Brian was
started
it.
Oh my gosh, my fiance put me on to yoga with Adrian. We're doing that the whole beginning part.
Yoga with Adrian.
How old are you?
Big shout out.
26.
No
way. Yeah, I'm 26.
So young.
Yeah, that's good, man. You're gonna be 40 looking like you're 25.
I'm gonna age like this fucking whiskey. This is whiskey you brought?
Yeah.
Scotch.
Speaking of, you actually passed me some of that.
I don't usually drink.
Happy late birthday to E-Bags. Big shout out to
drink the
Yoga
bottom
with
shelf
Adrian.
McCall's, but today we we have
Barista
La
podcast.
Frog.
That was a birthday gift. We have never.
Biggest shout out.
Usually got a beyond bottom shelf. You got that underground shelf. You gotta like.
If you ever,
Do you want to say?
I
just got to bow out real
Dylan
quick.
has to
So
leave,
he'll be back.
it's nice meeting everyone.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
It was nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
He
I
needs
hope
to
we're
do
still going.
Don't miss
things.
I hope we're still going when he comes back too.
Don't miss him too much. He's coming back.
Shoot. All right, so we're
I
just
get to sit next to Brian.
Elusive kid that goes out soloing into his own habitat.
Wait, yo, can I ask that question?
Yeah. Oh, Zach actually has a question.
Y'all said something about a schoolhouse.
Wait. Hold on. Let me give you the microphone, bro.
Get in here. Wait.
Y'all said something about a schoolhouse. A quick question. How'd you know the desk was haunted?
Dude, it's just the vibe it gave off. It gave like I don't know if it gave off a crazy vibe.
First of all, this was like I wish we could. Maybe we'll send you a picture. You can put the like a picture of the basement pre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, what if I made that picture like the picture of the episode, the thumbnail for the episode?
I'd be literally
scared.
so down.
Okay, so this
What happened to
basement
that?
was a dingy thing. It had like a vintage light bulb, but when you turn it on, you could see enough that it wasn't
Was it
dark.
one of those hanging light bulbs?
Well, one of them are. One of them are. Yeah.
From the wire in the
So the ceiling in the basement is about this height. It was up to here with random garbage. Yeah, it was up to the ceiling with random stuff. And this desk was under all of that in like a very suspicious looking corner with all these rust stains and like it was just
Rust stains?
rust stains and then just rust. You don't know what it was.
Yeah, you
It
don't
was
know
some
what
red looking thing. And then it was like one of those old desks that you lifted up and had like this storage area. And just like
Let me finish this.
yeah.
I'll give you the full story. Where is it? Yeah, but so we're like cleaning the stuff out, and at first we just started putting it all on the street, and our neighbors come up to us like, what the hell? Like this was like imagine like this whole area filled up to the top.
It was like straight up
random
this
stuff.
Like when we started
we
cleaning
need
it,
that-
we just opened the door and like moved shit out
Yeah.
to get it.
Whoa.
So like it was like a literal like mound, like it taking up the whole like block. So they were like, you need to hire like some disposal, and we didn't have any money to like pay for a dumpster. So we start just in like at like 3 a.m.
Under cover of darkness.
Yeah, the undercover of darkness.
That's what we call the missions.
We would just like we would tape these like massive things and walk like 10 or 5 blocks to like this to just like dump, like random
In a random spot?
just like
Yeah, everything
construction
different. We
sites,
kind of developed 3 specific dump locations.
yeah, one for wood, one for assorted trash,
Yeah,
and
this
it
is,
would
like,
just
actually
pop.
true.
So then like we were walking to what I assume is the liquor store, to the liquor store, and
Most
then
likely.
we pass one of the dump sites, and we see these guys like walking up to the school desk, and they're like, and this is like a dirty, like rusty.
We
school-
just put it out like
yeah,
a day
and
ago.
they're like looking around, and this was it was more. It was like a few days. It was so random that we happened to be there for this, and
It was
then
like
we
2
see
days
them,
after,
like, take it out, and that is there
Putting
must
it into like a
They
flatbed
like
truck.
take
They were
it home.
excited about it.
About the desk?
Yeah, and we were like, we were watching.
So
we
I
were
feel
like,
like it
that's
must
nuts.
have been haunted because they felt some draw to it.
Yeah, dude.
like
Yeah,
sucked
for real.
in.
And the fact that
Yeah.
we like saw it go was so random when we were walking down that block again, and someone was like taking it. In that
Like it was
exact
just that
instance.
happened to be like
like,
20 seconds.
And one thing that I wanted to add is like inside of the desk were all these books, like maybe from like the 60s, just like children's books like ABCs and like the basic stuff. It was just so weird to see that.
Man.
It's like, why is a school? This is a strange.
down
This house, like, you can come at
Are
some
the
point.
questions you
It's
find
like
yourself asking?
you can see how from the basement, like there are all these boarded up windows, even though they're underground. So it's like I don't know
That
when
used
the
to be
ground
like ground level, and they
raised.
built it up.
Have you guys ever heard voices or seen apparitions in the
Well,
space?
there have been some.
kinda.
There have been
Kinda.
I've definitely had some spiritual.
Oh, no.
I've
Kinda.
definitely had.
All
some
right,
spiritual
please spill the tea.
Like, all right, where do I?
You wanna
begin?
tell it?
Okay,
You tell
let
it.
me talk about the first one that comes to mind is Gabe and I were in the kitchen, probably chefing up something.
That was
nice.
the worst one.
But
Yeah.
This is the first time.
man.
Nice.
And yeah, we were showing up, so like, guys, like you just know. But we're in the kitchen, dude, and we're just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the layout. Okay, the kitchen is like a square box. You walk in this way, right? And then right here, there's like this little sliver on the outside of the doorway.
About what the kitchen looks like.
No, I'm trying to explain something.
It's necessary for the story.
There's a big doorway here. There's a big doorway here. And there's like a little sliver of wall on the right side of it. A little sliver of wall, okay?
Okay, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Like half a foot.
And there's this painting of like, not a painting, it's some weird, like...
It's like a poster or something.
Yeah.
It was the Joe Hurley Irish rock review.
Oh, yeah,
it's a poster.
Yeah.
Shout
Shout out Joe Hurley. Yeah. And then like, okay, basically we're just in there and like, the thing like fell off the wall, but it wasn't even like it fell off the wall. Like there's a cabinet a few feet away from the wall and it like shot into the cabinet. We weren't even like, it didn't like drop off the hook, dude. We saw, it was literally as if something like punched this fucking picture off our wall.
Yeah, like things,
And-
you know, like if a
and
paint
no one
falls,
saw
it's
it but
right
me
down.
and
It's,
Dave. And then the AC started fucking flipping on us that time, bro.
So
like,
it's one of those like,
it was freaky as shit.
those like ACs that you can move, and it has like the it opens and closes like the where the air comes out, right? Like you turn it on, it opens. And I think I forget who it was, but one of us asked a question.
It was me. I asked a question to the AC.
Yeah. It was like turn off twice if you're here, and it turned off twice. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it did.
We stirred up. We also, when we did the basement, we also stirred up a fuckload of mice, which we never had mice problems until now. Mice just run our house. We actually had to execute one yesterday, but the
Damn.
there
This literally turned into narco footage on Reddit. Like
Charlie.
It was yesterday we were like just watching this mouse like running, and it like is so unafraid of us. It just like looks at us.
They're just like, we need to send a message.
It was his house at that point. It wasn't our house.
Yeah,
so Gabe usually lives in the like living room kind of. So he also has his like parents' house, but he's there.
Where they roam.
And so we see the pile of Gabe's like just sheets and stuff.
And he's like rummaging through them. He's like, I'm not sleeping here
We see the
tonight.
mouse just like shitting on it and stuff.
Damn.
So we were like, oh, okay, Gabe, like you can come up. Like I say, you can sleep in my room for tonight.
Oh my god, that is not how I said. Gabe, I'll give you the futon I have, and you can sleep in Eamon's room. All right, story corrected.
Well, it's also
With the
not,
record straight.
He also
Out of the
puts a
kindness of
full-size futon on top of his mattress.
no one's-
It's a double decker. A single mattress isn't enough. He needs a
But-
I didn't need it. I saw that.
No.
I gave it to somebody.
It's support.
true, that's
Extra
true.
support.
Then this guy, I only got about 3 hours of sleep because this guy was snoring up a storm. It was,
I was tired, okay?
God damn, yo, but these mice, these fucking, I feel like mice and rats are just getting more brolic in New York City.
No, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, no,
They don't give a shit.
Like mentally brolic. Like this was a tiny mouse, and it thought it was way bigger than us.
Yeah.
Like you could see that.
Like he was grilling us, like, what are you gonna do?
we're too complacent, you know. We're too nice and be like, for a while it's like, okay, like, you know, the mouse is there,
Yeah.
it can do its shit, but
It
then
started running on
you
shit.
find like mouse shit all over
And
all
like-
your stuff.
and touched our dishes last
No,
night.
it-
We were like,
Oh.
now we have to wash every dish.
no, it was so
Is it weird?
We called for action.
Is it weird that I'm less scared of mice than I am of cockroaches?
No, that's
I'm absolutely
Have
fucking
you ever
terrified.
experienced a pregnant cockroach? That's scary. That's scary. I had them as well once. Yeah, like when cockroaches fly, it's most likely a pregnant one. They lay eggs, but they fly, and then basically if you kill it, it's like spiders. Sometimes all the baby cockroaches come out.
Literally every hair on the back of my neck went up, and I got the exact opposite of a boner. Like that's how badly that terrified me. Yeah, like I literally got a temporary vagina from that story. That's just holy
Vaginas
shit.
are strong,
dog.
man. Vaginas are strong.
Yo, I mean, bro, like.
Sure, vaginas can get boners, actually, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not wrong. Wait, before we get canceled being a podcast full of dudes talking about vaginas.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Alright, we'll take that out.
I'm leaving that in.
So the music.
You know, if you ask us about the basement, then it's like a done deal. We just get carried away, you know. But we actually sometimes, when we feel like it, actually make and write music, which is cool.
Shit.
We've been it's been feeling really good because now like Brian has been coming through more regularly for a while. He's a little quarantined in Stanford, and yeah, I mean, you know, we play. When we just don't have a drummer, we play a lot to like MIDI drums, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's not the same.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Not at all.
It's cool because like the thing you like about it is because you can like really just like write it out like music, but then it's
talking about
definitely
the
not
human feel.
It's the soul, man. Like I basically only rap and sing now, but it's like not playing with the drummer. You notice, you like it feels like when you play with the drummer, there's an extra oomph. You know what I mean? Because like
it's all the little nuances and just like style. You know, like you have Kyle and Ian and Logic. But you can only play with Kyle and Ian enough times until you want to just break your computer in half.
Yeah, dead
But there's something about, you know, like playing with someone that's an actual person, you know, like it's a constant dynamic thing, you know. So every time you play the song, even though you're playing the parts the same, it feels different in a good way.
No, that's exactly my favorite part about live music, period. And the reason why I'm like very excited for things to be coming back, and I'm actually very happy that you guys mentioned that you're going to be playing soon and that I could potentially even come to this show. So you know what I mean? Like June 11th, that's not that far away.
Yeah, tickets are like $10, I think. It's not that much.
I got $10 on me right now.
I would if we had any leverage to give you a press pass, we would. Do we? I don't know.
Bro, hey man, if you got them, cool. If not, I know in the future, whatever, like all y'all get press passes. You get a press pass. You get a press pass. You get a press pass.
We'll show up and we'll realize that the entire audience is taking the
press.
Bro, no, but that's fucking incredible. I'm glad that we're out here, that things are starting to come back around. If you guys start booking hip hop acts, and you need somebody.
We're always down.
Yeah, dude, we're always down. I was gonna also even say before when we were just talking about the save the scene thing, which we don't have to go. Oh shit. Which we don't have to go back into. but like you should be part of the next one. I don't know how much of that even got recorded. Yeah, we should definitely play and jam together and stuff for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only part that got left out is it being about save the scene. But like, yeah, I would love to be a part of the next one if you guys are booking. Yeah. I mean, I'll speak on his behalf. This guy over there, that hairy man behind the table there is Mr. Z the Dropout.
They all got
Mr. Z the Dropout.
Mr. Z the
He's a sick nickname. Is that like a real attention?
Yeah, that's his artist name. His solo artist name. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking listen to all your shit and vibe it.
Forth at the end of the interview, you guys should all do a little freestyle sesh.
Oh shit! I'm awful at freestyling, but I will let you guys do it.
If I got the nerves for that yet. But.
Yo, bro. I mean, what you need? What you need to get the nerves for that?
No, I don't even know. Like, it's not so like I have to like when I do it, my mind has to be completely free, which means I say a lot of things I don't mean.
You have something between your legs that might help you.
And so like I just like if I feel like I'm constraining my mind, then it's lame.
Yeah,
but then if I feel like I'm doing well and I'm not constraining my mind, it's probably offensive in some ways. So
yeah, I mean, sometimes the only shit that rhymes is some shit that it sounds a little wild.
Also, I feel like the hip hop vernacular just a certain
requires you to say certain.
I mean, it doesn't require, but like off the top of your head.
Yeah, it's easiest to go with profanity.
I remember there's one song I think Gabe had where it was like, "Oh Henry, maybe this is like kind of a new." More experimental. It's like, what if Henry does a bar and then
you couldn't think of anything without cursing.
Without totally like just like making himself sound like some ghetto guy, like the like. Yeah, he was just like, why don't I just make up like nonsense words and
that was so fun. Oh, rat-a-tat, you're talking about that? Yeah.
Wait, was this for a particular song that you guys are trying to incorporate
it's like so far. This song is one of Gabe's tunes, but it's like kind of brand new, meaning we're still working it out and workshopping it. It's not like gonna
still in the R&D phase.
Yeah, but like no, it was like pretty like it was stupid. I was like he was like rapping "Don't Curse" and I was like bingo.
It was like rappers delight kind of vibe.
I was literally just like.
What you know what's kind of funny that I literally just realized right now? It's funny that you rap because you remind me of one of my friends who also raps.
Yeah.
Like you look like he's got like fat like he started getting face tattoos and shit. You look like him before the face tattoos.
I'm kidding.
No, you might look too much like him.
Bad, so maybe he will get there.
You might look too much. Shout out like Hugo. Hugo is his name. Oh, that's his previous artist name. His new artist name is Daisy Diva. So shout out Daisy Diva. I gotta get used to that
Daisy
shit.
Diva.
I gotta get used to like people change their artist names all the fucking time.
Yeah.
How many times did Pan Arcadia change their name?
Like, more than you can probably count with all your limbs.
Fucking remember. So then we were Pan Arcadia, and then we were Arcadia. But then that was a band in the 80s, like for the members of Duran Duran or something. So then we did Arcadia with, you know that like when you hold down, I think the A, it's like the A combined, which is kind of cool, honestly.
It looks fire.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? Maybe but not so much. But like, then I guess I feel like there were other ones. Oh,
Collective?
At one point we were just
Collective,
when it was just me and Dylan, we were just ETC, like period, like etc. And we were.
That's hard too. You could call a project that.
Yeah, then we were called Collective. I feel like there was one I'm forgetting, and then Reptilian Elite. That was my brainchild. It was kind of a Ziggy based concept of. Well, dude, have you heard of this guy named David Icke or something in England? Thinks that like all the elite is like controlled.
Bunch of reptiles.
Yeah, a bunch of reptiles
Basically.
from.
I'm familiar with the theory.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we were doing it, but then like I had no idea that then it came out that he was like anti-Semitic and it had all these.
That's why we changed it. We were like, okay, no, that's not what we meant.
We played this one gig for this like blended thing or whatever, and the DJ, the sound guy, right after the gig came up to me, I guess they were elsewhere, and he was just like, yo, like that was cool, thanks a lot, just beware of that name, like it could get you in trouble. And I was like, what do you mean? And then he told me about these anti-Semitic connotations, and then I just went back and I was like,
Damn. But is it like like that theory's been around since before David Icke though, so like it sucks that it got tied up with the anti-Semitic shit.
But he brought the strong anti-Semitic connotations behind it all that we weren't fully aware of.
Yeah. Also, what we weren't aware of was like he makes it sound not anti-Semitic because he's listed a bunch of non-Jewish people as part of the reptilian elite. You know, like. And obviously we don't believe in it, you know, a lot of the people, but like,
kind of like a joke.
But then apparently there was this like Nazi propaganda called the Elders of Zion or something that was kind of like the reptilian elite. And so yeah, I don't know. It was so we changed it. Obviously, it was a niche name too. It was kind of
like we changed it. Like I remember this was 2 years ago. It was Dylan's birthday. And we were just like, that was around the same time frame that we were looking for a new name. And then we were just going through like the old names and some new ideas. And then I forgot who it was. I think it was Dylan actually. He brought up the name like, oh, like what if we go back to Pan Arcadia? I was like in the middle of eating. I like gagged. I was like, that's the one. That's the one.
That's it, dog. Yeah. That's the one.
Like I pushed for it until everyone was down, and that's the name now.
I wish I was keeping count, but that sounds like 8, 7, 7.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Probably 20. Who knows?
Yo, you might be right.
It's a fine line between like too niche and like too, mundane.
Yeah.
It's very unique. I haven't heard a band called Pan Arcadia before, and you're saying Arcadia was a band from the 80s?
Yeah. What are some of your favorite band? What are your favorite band names, Brian?
Oh man, I don't know. That's like
I don't know. It's a cool one.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's a fire name.
Is that taken? Maybe
IDK is taken.
Okay.
That's kind of better in a way.
That's better, you think?
IDK.
Like IDK is worse.
I don't know.
It's more 21st century. The IDK.
Like written IDK pronounced. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yo, so typically I used to, at the beginning of this podcast, I used to brew coffee ahead of time to serve to guests. I apologize for that since I don't have any coffee.
Some scotch.
That's true. But what I did want to ask is, do you guys drink coffee?
I drink coffee.
I love
Drink coffee. Everybody drinks coffee?
Dylan doesn't, but he's not here.
Dylan doesn't drink coffee. Well, I mean, I love tea too. Does Dylan drink tea? That's like
He drinks a lot of matcha. You like
Loves
matcha?
matcha.
matcha's fire.
Yeah, I love
Some people
matcha
don't
too.
like it. Some people think it tastes too much like grass.
It depends. Like, there's some matcha that does taste like grass. There's some that just taste good.
Mm.
I don't know
I
what
think
the
it's
difference
just-
is. I'm not really a tea guy, but I've had both good and
I
bad.
find the herbal tasting matcha soothing.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're one with earth.
Yeah, I like wheatgrass shots. I don't know, like I'm just fucking weird like that. There's a green juice sitting on the desk somewhere that I was just
Ginger
sipping on.
shots. If you give it ginger shots,
No.
we'll do anything.
Ginger shots. Ooh.
That's the vibe.
Yo, so what's everybody in Pan Arcadia's favorite coffee minus Dylan?
I don't know if I can answer that.
My order is usually like either double, but today was a quadruple espresso. I needed to be on it.
Oh, he's ready. I see the legs shaking and everything. You're like, yeah, that quadruple espresso.
Exactly. I'm up under right now.
Yeah, it does, bro.
I
about you?
like espressos. I keep saying expressos. Like, it's something we and
gave
he
you
and
that
I-
Express
stupid
yourself.
Yeah, but
Who gave me
the
that stupid idea?
yeah, but the no, I mean I used to I don't like sweet things that much, so usually I just do a black coffee. But now they've turned me on to just like filling a coffee-sized mug with just shots of
It's
espresso.
nice. It's nice. That's my vibe. I kind of coined that one.
God damn.
I'm a black coffee.
I can respect that.
Man, I used to do like a pot to 2 a day.
Whoa.
Fresh pots.
God damn.
Real fresh pots.
Yo, so how did you cut the fuck down, dog?
Man, it was bad. So I had to. I stopped like cold turkey. Like the heart palpitations were getting so bad. You know, like no joke.
Yikes.
So I stopped, and I was having just like horrible headaches, and I was drinking a ton of water, and I couldn't understand what was going on, and like I was going through a caffeine withdrawal
God.
because I was used to having so much coffee.
Did you feel super tired during that?
Yeah, I was like tired. I was mad. I was just mad all the
How
time.
long did the symptoms of withdrawal last?
Man, it was like a week or two, but I
so
like
long.
reintroduced it, you know. So now I'm like, I have my cup every morning, and that's it. Like last week or the week before, I was like, oh, like someone offered it to me in the middle of the day. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then same thing happened the next day, and then I was like, not feeling good.
Damn, like
So-
you just 2 days of using it out of your regular, like kind of threw you off a little bit?
Yeah, I was feeling like a little jittery, a little too much acidity in the system. It's hard, man. When you're like living in a recording studio, there's literally always coffee.
Yeah.
And it's like you smell it, and it's like, oh.
I
Like,
remember when we came to your studio. Within like
yeah.
5 minutes,
it was probably
we were just like,
It's like, hey, what's up? Coffee?
yeah, exactly.
What? So what? I want to circle back to the studio one more time, but so your drink is the espressos, the quad
Yeah,
espressos, or just a couple of
technically It's a
espressos?
triple. It's a triple. Like when I wake up, I'm going to. When I wake up, the irony is when I wake up here, you say that because you weren't talking to the mic. No, but no, like like if I'm waking up before work, I have a triple espresso over
Jesus.
ice from Starbucks. I know I support the fat cats or whatever, but it's the best coffee.
Yo,
That's my opinion.
the employee. Okay, all right.
That is
I'm gonna have to send shots because Starbucks coffee quality,
Starbucks.
the
I
coffee
think it's
quality.
fire.
That's not it, son.
Every other coffee from I go to these small coffee shops and they taste like sour. I don't
Yo,
know.
because it's the lightly roasted shit. Like
Yeah.
Starbucks roasts darker so that like they buy cheaper beans and like roasting it dark kind of masks like any imperfections among the whole.
The only reason why I like Starbucks because statistically they are the
Yeah, it's not
coffee
cheap.
chain that has the most caffeine per shot. So you're getting your money's worth, you know. Like I think the quad shot that I got today was like $3.50. Yeah, that's great. And I know. Here's a coffee hack for you. If you want a cheaper latte, get any espresso and then just ask for a splash of milk. Half price latte.
Yeah. A double is $2.80, a triple is $3.20, and a quadruple is $3.50. Starbucks price.
Also, Gabe is
Sorry.
Gabe's meticulous about that. If we're buying beers at the bodega, Gabe's like, okay, this one's 7.1%.
I am a percentage seeker.
Honestly, it's good to know what's going in your body, though.
Yeah.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, it's like, which is the one that's the worst for your body? It has the most alcohol to kill your body.
I usually go for what has the most caffeine, the most alcohol, and the lowest price.
Lowest price.
You know, you gotta. I'm not a.
Shout out to 100 Piper's whiskey. It's
McCall's.
100 Piper's whiskey might not get you drunk. We actually had an inconclusive study.
So it's McCall's and
it doesn't get you drunk. It doesn't not get you drunk. We don't know.
And the proven most effective method is a nice bottle of Old Overhaul, the red cap.
That's fancy.
I like that. Shout out McCall. It's huge. Shout out.
Yeah, my McCall's is nice. McCall's.
Pivotal part.
How about you? What's your favorite drink of choice?
My favorite drink of choice is any type of as lightly roasted as I could possibly get it. Ethiopian coffee black.
Nice.
That sounds sick.
But like light, like that shit has to be like it has to taste sour, like sour.
So you
that
take
shit
it
has to
straight,
be
like no milk, no sugar,
that shit
straight.
straight.
Nice.
Straight. That shit has to taste like the coffee cherry off the tree.
Yeah. Have you ever had one?
There's different strokes for different folks.
It has to be like that.
It has to be. Disrespect.
Oh. All right, resetting the camera.
Shit, that was a slide.
Don't worry about coming.
Nice. That was a nice one.
These digital reference mics. Nice. I have like the fake 57 of these. I like it more for my vocals than the real 58.
Those mics are like they come in clutch all the time, and like I happen to be thankful that I have like some preamps, digital preamps through like I could reamp all of our vocals through, not to get super nerdy, but for anybody in the audience who cares, I can reamp it through certain preamps that we have, like with the Universal Audio interface that I have.
Uni.
Bro, Universal Audio has the best plugins. Period. Has Pan Arcadia recorded at the studio that you stay at?
Yeah, we did actually.
Kind of.
It was like a song or two.
Or else, like, it was kind of like we wish that we would do it better because like we spent like because obviously we don't get it for free, you know, even
money.
Yeah,
and like and we worked a lot on our space, but we did say before we kind of had like the full drum set up in the basement working. We did a day there where we had recorded everything else, and then we were gonna put live drums over it. And we had a few successes, but it's really not the same that way. You know, you don't get the feel. And
you gotta derive the feel from the ground up.
We we hadn't been practicing with him because of COVID, and we gave him like we were like, here, this is an album's worth of songs to learn.
That was a big day.
That was a bit brutal for you.
This is a classic. Plus, like our eyes being too big for our stomach or whatever.
But then,
We've done shit like
so and honestly, it's funny because like if we had chosen to do less songs, we probably would have come away with more finished. Like, but now there's some that he nailed. Others it was just too rushed but it's nice now. Like sometimes he'll be like, oh, like obviously the studio is like pumping. And he'll be like, oh wait, we have like 3 hours, 2 hours where the studio's free. Like send me a bounce and I can get some drums on it.
Yeah.
That's super.
We can talk about the studio.
Yeah, Brian, tell me about how
I've been like learning because like I'm there surrounded by all this stuff and it's like damn, like I want to be able to like use this stuff, right? So I've been like getting into that, like really geeking out and like learning audio engineering. So like it's like sick. Like there's songs that need drums. It's like yo, send me the track. Like let me like try this new mic setup and like it's like I'm learning and I'm like playing around with this stuff, but it's also like actually for something, so it's like that real world like pressure.
Yeah. And you get utility out of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's cool. And it's like it's great. We just one of the tracks that I did that for we mastered.
Yeah.
It's sick, yeah.
You just did like one day. It was like
I always ask everybody that I have on that makes music if they'll leak me music that's not out yet.
Yeah,
So
we'll leak you some. You can't share it.
Oh,
we'll give you some.
I wouldn't dream of recording it. Don't worry, that's lock and key, guys. I can keep it secret. We out here. But I would love to hear if you would love to leak. We got some stuff that we could leak for you as well. I would love to leak you stuff.
Share.
I want to hear.
Leak, share, and then maybe give some ideas for like in the future. You know, I'm not gonna pressure you or nothing, but we could collab or something. You know, like I love collabing on anything.
So do we.
Maybe on that one song
Maybe the one I couldn't get it together for a rap.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say maybe on that one song with the rap part, you guys can do your thing. That'd be cool.
Bro, I love it.
Me and you trade off.
Why not? Why? I love the trading verses, kind of like when rappers get on a song. We have a song like that
It's
up.
a bit more
called Tag.
vintage, you know. It's like 90s shit. That'd be cool.
Definitely. Like I wanna be able to do that more and just collab more in general moving forward. Shit, I had one more question that was like on the tip of my tongue that I needed to ask you guys. It was about music. It was about making music. It's about the studio. Hold on. 2 seconds. Ooh. Ooh, that sounded bad. That sounded aggressive. Okay, I got it. All right. I got it. What is the next project or release that you guys are working on? Is it going to be something more single based? Do you guys have like an actual project that you wanted to talk about, not talk about, hint at?
Check out Drag It Out music video and Weeks Ago EP out right now everywhere. But coming in the next month or two, we don't have an exact date, but that's the time range. Mm-hmm. We have 3 really great songs that we just got mastered. We're going to release them individually as singles. And then that'll be part of an EP after they get released. And they also have music videos coming along. So it's
are those filmed?
They are.
One of them.
Yeah, also Weeks is for the previous. Yeah, but one of them is.
We have another music video on the way from a song that's released.
Yeah. So
what is that?
March. Early March. Early May.
Early May.
Yeah.
March.
You guys are dropping in a year? That's crazy.
But
Truly some D'Angelo shit if I
I knew it was an album. It was
Early March.
Damn.
One of the M months.
I hope all your attention.
Yeah, I mean, we have so much music. We're just figuring out, kind of like what Brian was saying about his own experience in the studio. We're just kind of figuring this shit out ourselves, you know. Like, we know our stuff in some ways, but to make something in a basement or even at, you know,
fully fledged
studio, but just yourself, you know, like, takes a lot of trial and error, you know. So I think every EP will grow and professional, but we also just like the vibe. I think that good music isn't necessarily about the quality of the audio. It's more about giving a window into a world, you know, showing, you know, where it was created. I think that the reason we like talking so much about just like shitty stories about rat shit and the basement is because like that's our day-to-day lives, and we kind of want some of that gritty, like dirty shit in the music. So if it doesn't turn out like some, you know, platinum fucking multi-million-dollar record, then who cares? You know?
Yeah. No, I think it's about, that's our energy, you know? I think, like, another way of saying what you're saying is it's not always about the quality of the audio, but it's about the quality of the energy. That's at least how I feel. A lot of music.
And I'll add on to what these guys said, you know, like, we do this not because we're searching for something, even though that would be sick, you know, like, we got some, Atlantic record deal, like, hell yes, like, please.
I mean,
but we do this because we want to make music that we are proud of and we enjoy listening to, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, no, I mean, like, that's the most refreshing thing for me to be able to hear from not even just having like another musician on or another band on, like just to share in the camaraderie of making music, but like the fact that it really is coming from a genuine place with you guys is like, think of how many other bands you have maybe met or artists that you've met that are definitely not in this, like the thing that we're in for the right reasons.
Yeah.
There are more of them. I feel like on my bad days, I feel like there are more of those types of people than there are people like us.
That's true.
And it's crazy.
People trying to express themselves when really you should just be doing it for the fame, the women, and the money.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
maybe I'm wrong. Fuck me, right? Yeah, like, that's fine.
What else would you do it for?
I mean, maybe because it makes you feel good inside. Makes you feel good inside.
It's funny though, because you can do it for all the right reasons, but like you obviously, or I think a lot of people who do it for the right reasons still have these like dreams, you know, to go somewhere with it.
We all do.
It's a foggy
I
line.
think you gotta be, even if you're the most humble person, to be an artist, you have to just like think of.
Gotta have a little ambition.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little grab.
Gotta have a little chutzpah. You gotta hit him with it. Yeah. Shit, I know how we could round out this podcast because I remembered another question that I wanted to ask you guys earlier that now we could run through, and I'm very sad that Dylan can't answer this question. But you know what? Maybe somebody can answer.
I can answer it for him. He probably won't like what I said.
All right, so check it out. Go in order from who's closest to me that way. Top 3 musical influences.
Oh, Jesus, man. You're gonna start with me?
Yep.
That's really fucking hard for me. I honestly, Jesus.
And yo, I'll preface it with this, right? Like mine changes regularly, and I feel like it should,
it's
right?
The same. Yeah, no, I'll answer it for you. I think like just like with favorite book, favorite movie, favorite TV show, it's all the same kind of deal.
Like favorite.
Yeah, let's see. Like, what would I think I would put. Jesus Christ.
It's hard. It's a hard question.
Like Alex saying the Sticky Fingers. They're
I feel like we also have to say like our niches, not just the ones we all like.
Our specific niches.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for adding that specification to this question. No, it's hard, man, because they are always changing. I don't know, like.
You mentioned Sticky Fingers.
Frankie Valli.
Sticky Fingers. Yeah, well, that's just like right now, Like right now, Alec, our manager, showed us like this great song called "The Night" by Frankie Valli. Like
we had never heard it before, and then then there was like this part in it that was almost identical to our song "Drag It Out" that we just released, and I heard, and then we are probably gonna cover it maybe, and like.
It's a great song, yeah.
but I hope people don't just think that like we ripped that because we had never heard it before.
You know what you should do? You should play your song, and then like in that part that sounds like that song live, you should go into an interlude that's a cover of the song that sounds like your song. Bro, come on, son.
That's a good idea.
Bro,
we'll pay your royalties.
That one's for free. Nah, that one's for free. The next good idea, you give me some royalties on
20%.
Yeah. 20%. That little okay, so one more. Just give me one more.
Honestly, like, I'm about to, like, this is just, like, I'll get some flack from this from probably all directions. But in terms of my style of play, one of my biggest influences, I'd say, is Blink-182.
Let's fucking go! I'm glad you said that.
Dylan's not here, you're not going to get any flack.
I fucking love those guys. I love Tom DeLonge. I love Mark Hoppus. And I love Travis Barker.
Shout out what Tom DeLonge is doing for the UFO community, too.
Yeah, right, dude?
Yeah.
Cool guy. And just a cool band in general. They get a lot of fucking hate from a lot of different places, but like at the end of the day, like talk about what I was saying before, like energy, like they bring that. Like their songs make you feel, they make you see into that window that Eamon was talking about too. So I love them. I love that their shit's fast, hardcore. It's my style. As a melody.
I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Ryan, hit me with it. Give me 3.
I know one of them.
Oh yeah? I wonder what that could be. Oh man, so I don't know if you guys would know this, but Green Day was like huge.
Let's go.
Okay. So Green Day was like the first, that's where I learned to play drums with. Actually, the first song I ever learned was a Blink-182 song.
Let's go.
Which one?
I Miss You.
Oh, classic.
Had that cross stick action, which was like mind blowing. Like I couldn't do it. And
you need to run past Zach? Run past real quick.
Shout out Zach.
Shout out Zach. See the dropout.
See the dropout. Check out his music, homie.
Your name Gabriel?
Yeah.
I never met a Gabriel who not trouble. I'm gonna say that.
After 6 p.m., I'm Gonzo.
Gonzo.
We do never call him Gabriel.
So you got Green Day on the docket.
Green Day. Yeah, awesome. It's great because it's like you can do like super beginner songs with the drums, and then like, just on the American Idiot album, it goes from like the easiest shit to like crazy stuff.
Damn.
So it was really good to like get into that world with that. And then like my drum teacher turned me on to Led Zeppelin, and that was like game over. So like I'm a huge disciple of Bonham. And then like I think the other thing that kind of shaped me was like the Allman Brothers. And like getting into the blues jam circuit, because I toured with a blues band for years. And like I love that, and that's like where I learned about like jamming. And like now we go in the basement, it's like it's fun to jam and like have that like knowledge of just like interacting musically. Yeah,
I can appreciate that. The Allman Brothers was out of left pocket for me. Like I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's like I was like, oh man. I mean, like I don't know if I could hear it because granted, I did listen to what you guys have on Spotify, but that's cool. That's like a very even just out of you two, like diverse as fuck. Hit me with it. How about you?
Me? I mean, there's this artist named Pix that is in England, and she's pretty young.
She's awesome.
She would honestly be like a collab if ever, that'd be a dream collab.
Dude, yeah.
Damn.
She's super cool. Like I'm a massive like MGMT fan, and
Sick.
I would have said them, but then Pix I feel like kind of is continuing a little bit of their thing, and I would just rather give her
Pix
the.
is so sick.
Yeah.
She's cool. Obviously like Lou Reed is like a massive influence. I wish I could say more. I don't know. I guess.
Nah, bro, you good.
Either Morrison or Bowie as my third. It's like one of them. Mix of the two.
I can feel that. Gabe?
Well, I actually started playing guitar because I remember this so vividly. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I was playing like PS2 or PS1 with my cousin, and then he just starts talking about Guns N' Roses. I'm like, what the fuck is like Guns N' Roses? and so then he's like, you don't know Guns N' Roses? Shuts off the PS2 and then like brings out his laptop. He's like, look at this video, and then shows me like the Sweet Child of Mine music video. I'm like, who's that guy with the top hat? I want to be just like him.
Slash, motherfucking
fucking Slash, exactly. Yeah. So I would say Guns N' Roses got me to play guitar, and then Led Zeppelin. That was like my gateway drug into wanting to learn about how you record in the studio, the process, the different gear, what it does, what it doesn't.
They did a lot of revolutionary shit in the studio, Led Zeppelin.
They were all, pioneers in their specific section. Like Bonham pioneered so many techniques that we're still using today, and those are considered some of the best. Same thing with, Jimmy Page. And, all of them. John Paul Jones.
They were recording vocals in the bathroom and shit to get that tile reflection. That type of shit.
Which is awesome. And then, I guess my vibe influence is Jimi Hendrix. Like, that's my very strong third. I hated, because I first started with Guns N' Roses, I was a Les Paul man. And then when I got into Jimmy, I was like, fuck, I might need a Strat now.
I have and always will be, I think, an SG man, and I will take that to the grave, but I am an SG man.
These are cool.
Some people make fun of me for that, because they sound like, I guess they're just like a little too like bitey sounding or whatever.
Do you actually know the story behind the SG?
It was like a Les Paul that they fucked up, right?
So basically they wanted to stop paying royalties to Les Paul. So the SG just stands for standard guitar, and that's the guitar that replaced the Les Paul, but no one really liked it when it first came out. And they had to bring back Les Paul. They weren't producing SGs anymore, and then they were like, wait, we gotta bring back the SG as well.
That's the biggest mistake they could have made. They should have kept making that guitar, and I'll tell you why. Just because I'm a nerd about it. The 1961 SG, Gibson SG reissue with the flat neck, that shit is one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever played in my entire life. On God, I love that guitar. That's such a good guitar. Fuck.
When I was a kid, I actually always wanted an SG, and I've never gotten one.
Me too, bro. Me too. I bought an Epiphone, but I don't count that. I don't count that.
I wanted the
Epiphone,
G400. But I got the Epiphone Les Paul instead, the Junior or something.
I actually, I lied.
Special 2.
Yeah.
For a fucking,
This was my first guitar, too.
Yeah, I know so, that was probably this Epiphone Les Paul Special 2 is probably the best guitar you can get for like under $200.
Yeah.
You think so?
That was my first guitar and his, too.
Or it was my second.
Okay.
That was the one I started on for probably like the most of my life was even shittier. It was $100 for like a guitar an amp, like a case, a stand.
That's the white
oh
one,
yeah,
right?
it's the box, right? The big cardboard box.
First act Walmart set.
Come on, bro. We've been there.
Really?
And then I painted it all white because I wanted to look like Albert Hammond Jr. from The Strokes.
Bro, I mean, we all got to start somewhere. I mean, shout out Audacity, my first recording program. And look at me now. I got a studio. Shout out Audacity.
This is correctly named.
Shout
That
the
shit
fuck.
Audacity.
How you got the audacity to make such a shitty program, bro? God damn. Yo, shout out Audacity, though. I love y'all.
I had to use Audacity in this fucking, like, what was it called? Like, it was like sound... Like, it was like this, like, sound art class I took in junior year of college.
God
and, like,
damn.
And I used Audacity, and, like, yeah, it was, like, firstly, the whole class, like, I'm not even gonna go into it. Because I'm not even trying. It was just, like...
No.
Wow. Let's just say, like, it wasn't musical. For one of my assignments,
Damn.
it was, like, it wasn't, you weren't allowed to be musical or rhythmic. And so for one of my assignments, like, I, like, was, like, pressing a microwave button and making it beep, and I was like, this is, like, sound art, and, like, it worked. And that's how you, like, know, like, it was a bullshit class. But either way, we had to use Audacity, and that program fucking was super annoying.
That program also the opposite of fucks. Definitely sucks.
Yeah, opposite
100%.
of fucks.
Opposite of fucks. Shit. Guys, I mean, we're kind of on the other side of things right now. Is there anything you want to plug?
No, I mean, I just would like to say this. I think this was like our first interview.
Yeah,
ever.
Whoa.
Yes,
This
thank
was,
you.
man. We're
Yo, you
I
could've-
remember this for life.
We're honored. Yeah, we
So-
will. I will actually always remember sitting on this.
Yeah.
Bro, yo, come on, guys. You could have fooled me. You guys are good interviewees. Interviewees?
No,
Is that the
I
word?
don't even know. How long have we even been? Like, I thought
I
I
have
was
no
like
idea what time it
thinking.
is.
I was
I
like,
was
what the
like,
fuck am I gonna say?
Yeah.
Same, but it was easy. You made it easy. You're a good interviewer.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. I mean, I pride myself not on like being in this format or whatever, like a good interviewer, but just being good at like talking to people. I mean, like
it's a conversation.
just in general.
Like, I can tell you're a people person. Like, I've only met you today, and I feel like I've known you for a long time.
Bro, thank you. Like, I mean, the part of that is because you guys are just so fucking awesome, and like, let everybody know where to find you guys. Whoever wants to take that
So go
social
to
media.
on Instagram at pan.arcadia. You can go on YouTube, search Pan Arcadia or Pan Arcadia Vivos. And also the website panarcadia.nyc. We got that .nyc, not that .com shit.
Say it
Fuck
again, 'cause I
that.
interrupted you.
Panarcadia.nyc.
I will be linking it, but it always helps to repeat it so that people get it in their heads and stuff. How about the charity?
And don't forget.
If there's gonna be
donate to-
anybody that like actually watches,
Who knows?
I promise.
One day there will be when we're both big. Yeah, donate to the Pan Arcadia section of the Sweet Relief Musicians Fund. The link will be up. Yeah, like, you know, go check us out. Go check him out. Go check everybody out in this room. Z the Dropout, you know.
Yo,
shout out.
You know the vibes. Come in here live from fucking in the middle of Queens. I'm not gonna tell you. I almost told you, but here we are. The Angry Barista. I'm Jan the second to Jan on Instagram. Follow Pan Arcadia. I'm gonna link all their shit. Stay angry or not. Peace.
Shout out Angry Barista.